Uno see the thumbnail. Gone are days when school used to be a safe place for kids. Nowadays, we see where the immigration and custom enforcement officers, they are going into schools, they are going into churches, they are deporting 2-year-old pitney, they are deporting all different type of people, even from the UK. Big up yourself. Paulette Perkins, big up yourself every single time. So right now, in America, when you hear about mass deportation, it is actually mass deportation, guys. Nobody no get spear in this right now. Who else we have so? Beautiful Bella D, Argelin, Burrick, big up yourself. Coralie Peaches, big up yourself. Make we see who we are miss. Right? Me have in front of me, yes, so guys, and I had this story for probably about 2 weeks now, where the Florida government is planning right now to deputize campus police for immigration enforcement. I don't know what they have about university kids in America right now, but they are being targeted. Jackie, big up yourself. Natalie, big up yourself. Rosemond Young, big up yourself. I don't know, but probably you are right. There have been about 4 cases already where college students has been deported back to their country because according to immigration and custom, they are inciting violence through protests, and they are protesting against the American policy. So now we find that the schools are being targeted, the universities especially. So gone are the part where they say freedom of speech for everyone. And of course, these are kids. This is where they find themselves. This is actually where kids find themselves, in the university. You have a lot of debate groups in universities and stuff like that. So when you're going to have a government now who is going to deputize campus police is there to maintain law and order on the university campus. Nothing illegal, no go on and all these kind of things. But why would you want to deputize campus police for immigration enforcement purposes? And I'm going to tell you guys something now. There has been a lot of international students who their visa has been revoked. Why? According to the current administration, when they grant students student visas to come into America and study, remember, you get the visa for coming, come study a student visa, It was not to live, it was not to work, it was to study. It could be for 3 years, it could be for 4 years. If after studying you are offered a job in a particular field that is short-staffed, then yes. But what the problem they are having now is saying that these kids, it's either the girls get pregnant in the country and get pitney, or the man them end up breed woman in the country and then they're married and settle down. So they tend to say that a lot of the students who get student visa, they are the ones in the country legally. Because after they break the terms and conditions of that visa, right, we should now sees them as illegal in the country. Because remember, if you go up on a hotel program, there are conditions. If you go up on a student visa, there are conditions. If you go up on a visiting visa, there are conditions. And if you have your green card, there are also conditions. You understand? So they now are looking at especially university kids in a type of way. And I think that's very sad. But it can't be more sadder than the 2-year-old pitney with them deport back. Them deport the 2-year-old little girl with her mother. And it turns out the 2-year little girl is an American citizen. How that work? How do you deport an American citizen? Make we move on. How did this come to light? Because a lawyer passed it on to a fellow judge that, listen, a 2-year-old little girl has been deported with her mom and her older sister. And that little girl is an American citizen. When the judge them check and find out it is true. But you know them turn around and say that the mother say they should deport the little 2-year-old girl with them because she don't want to leave the 2-year-old girl, the 2-year-old little girl in America. But tell you what, whether it was the mother decision yet or no, an American citizen cannot be deported. That is the whole point. You're born in the country, you know, get it through naturalization, then that is your native country. But one piece of Abalaloo right now, because the little pitney need to come back. The father saying want him back in the country, and he's there waiting on his little daughter to come back. We know them stay ready. When them deport you wrongfully, them say them can't get you back in the country. But anyway, my people, I could try and jump into that story. I'm not going to hear some sitting now where I don't know what plan they have. And not that alone. I also have another story again. All right. Florida universities to deputize campus police for immigration enforcement. The police department of at least 3 public universities in Florida are seeking agreement with the federal government to carry out immigration enforcement on campus. The police department basically make them know say it's a significant shift in policy, but nevertheless, it's something that needs to be done. But here where the schools them say no. The schools are saying it's a significant shift also in policy for schools that had previously been considered at sensitive location. Of course, school would have a sensitive location. Schools, churches, hospitals. But when me tell you, say nobody no safe, people no believe me, no. People really and truly don't believe me when me tell you, say nobody no safe. All right. So, previously, schools were all considered as sensitive location to be insulated from such law enforcement activity. So, therefore, the policy was there for schools that these things like law enforcement, ICE, and them kind of people there, it shouldn't take part in a school environment. Schools were protected from, so if you didn't even want to hold a man with illegal and him in a school, you can't hold him at school. But no, me tell you no, it not get way, not get way from this administration. Them dead serious. All right. Under federal policy, the current administration reinstated that. Say all in the school, me want to go take them out if they not no paperwork. I don't care if they're in a church, school, hospital, wherever, them don't care. Take them out and go detain them and deport them back to their country. That is what the current administration say. Fine. The change comes as federal officials are revoking the visas of international students, as I mentioned to you guys, and using what critics say are new tactics with vague justification to push some students out of the country. Because I tell you, when they say about the student, them are ready. Them say them coming to them country for study, but yet still, most of the pitney when them have pitney come and breed, them get 4 years of study, and in their second year, them breed and drop out of school, which violate the conditions of their visa. Because your visa never give you to come breed and have pitney in the country. So this is where they are clamping down on them. And them say if enough of the man them too, them breed woman and develop home in the country and start work and and it goes against the conditions of their visa. So therefore, they want to cut down on international student visas and revoke so many others of them. In apply for help and say them a curve immigration. So them say. Moving on. Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, the University of Florida in Gainesville, and the University of South Florida in Tampa are all seeking to deputize their campus police for immigration enforcement. Florida governor now, this man here, you don't know his name? Anybody from my life know this man here name down in Florida where him a put in everything? Him say Florida going to be one of the most hostile state when it comes on to immigrants. Anybody know his name? Howard Cooper, big up yourself, me see your J Progress Entertainment badge. Princess Rosedal, big up yourself, me see your J Progress Entertainment badge. The Passport Life, big up yourself every time. Run man, DeSanto man, yeah do I see. Howard Cooper, DeSantis, yes man. You see this brother here they call, named Governor Ron DeSantis. It's a dangerous piece of man down in Florida. You know, the man say when you want to make the state illegal if you come in a Florida state without any paperwork. Illegal. This brother here, Governor Ron DeSantis, is a dangerous piece of governor down in Florida. He make Florida not safe in no way, no shape, no farm, no nothing when it comes on to immigrants. Take it as me tell you. And him now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has prioritized support for President Donald Trump mass deportation agenda. Him prioritize it. Him is one of the main pushers for say, send them back at their yard, me no care who them. This governor here still in Florida here. Ron DeSantis. Him signed the new law. Listen up. This a governor here, what everyone, him start sign whole heap of new law requiring locals and state agencies to use their best effort to support federal immigration enforcement. So all of the state trooper them were down there, and all of them people there, him already deputized them long time and say, listen, we know I work like ice right now, you know. We can't stop anybody way. And this is the main reason why the little young one down in Florida when get detained and he was an American citizen. Because them detain him and them stop the vehicle and drive and investigate this and because them ask the immigration question. Before police not interested in that. But now a different thing, especially in Florida. Because for them governor where them have down there, Ron DeSantis, sign up one heap of paper in Florida requiring local and state agency to use their best efforts to support the federal immigration enforcement. He said by all means, we work like ice right now. All right. Further on, all state schools in Florida are expected to pursue the expanded immigration enforcement authority. You hear that? The man is pushing that all state schools in Florida should deputize their campus police for immigration enforcement purposes. You send your picnic guy na uni gone in to come back, him no come back. When you check it out, in there some ICE detention center somewhere in Texas. Fast them hold on pan your Florida, you're gonna Texas. All right. Moving on. Them say we are simply following guidance from the governor's directive to state law enforcement agency of which whatever that name is, and other state university police department are included. The school are not yet listed on online log of agency participating in what's known as the 287 program, the 287G program. I have talked to you guys about this program already, which allows U.S. immigration and custom enforcement to train selective law enforcement officers and deputize them to help enforce immigration laws. So I say they want help. And them are going to turn the police them in a law enforcement officers. So them can carry out enforce immigration laws. If approved, the University Police Department could be among the first in the country to be granted such authority. Everything in Florida first. Which this governor, what they call name, Ron DeSantis or whatever him want name. Him come with all different kind of something. What you black one judge of a black it down the way him say, once you enter Florida without your correct documentation, it is a criminal offense for that state. It's illegal. Never mind immigration law, just for Florida. Lock you up and send you to prison if you do that. Make sure you documents them right before you drive going to Florida. The first in the country to grant it such an authority. Because with this brother, you Ron DeSantis. All if you have green card, this man you want to see in the back of your yard. If Ron DeSantis in Florida can prove so you did run off on visa and get married and get your green card, Ron DeSantis revoke your green card and send it back to your yard. If Ron DeSantis find out, say, you did come to the country if you have fitness or the picnic and get citizenship, Ron DeSantis would cancel that citizenship of the child and send back the child to where whichever country mother and father come from. This governor you see down in Florida. Make we move on, you know. Why? Under the 287G task force model, such as the agreement being pursued by the University of Florida, participating officers would have the authority, listen now, you know, participating officers in the 287G task force program, right? They would have the authority to interrogate any alien or person believed to be an alien about their rights to remain in the country, as well as the power to make arrests without a warrant in some cases. So me I say, even from the UK, say, can you imagine being an annual leave and you stay in an Airbnb and ice forward and try to scrape you up? Trust me, Evie. Trust me, they will scrape you up. Even if you feel left right now, England and go Florida, right now, and say, you have 1 month or 2 months can cool out. If you're not careful, you get scraped up on their detention center until you prove yourself. Take care as me tell you. See what them there, and they can't make arrest without any warrant. And the immigration judge did make it clear, say, ICE cannot arrest you without an active warrant. And them supposed to show you the warrant if them come in your yard or push you under your door or anything. But them no business about that. They don't care. Lorena Gonzalez said that is why she's not going anywhere with her husband. Me no wrong you neither. I don't wrong you. So somebody who is studying politics, political science at the Florida, one of the Florida universities, said the news was shocking. The daughter of Haitian immigrants said she found a welcoming community at the school in South Florida a region that has long been a destination for first and second generation Americans, right? In recent years, that was Florida. Look, everybody got Florida. In recent years, the university has built itself as having the most racially and culturally diverse student body, right? In Florida, public university system. Fine. Make we talk on a party. Yes, Florida was the go-to place for most Jamaicans, for most Caribbean people. It's a diverse state. A very diverse state. But you know what? Of recent times, Florida was only waiting for somebody like this current president to come and start move them, push them agenda, yeah. Because as diverse as it was, they never wanted Florida to be that diverse. So when you see somebody coming to power now, we want to change up the whole culture of that. This is why we have Ron DeSantis on board, PP clock, 100%. Send home everything. Don't even check them paperwork, just send them home. It's only because there was not much that could have been done throughout the years of Florida being such a diverse state. And a lot of people wanted to go to Florida. Now, a lot of people is running away from Florida because it is one of the most hostile when it comes on to immigration policies and enforcement. Believe when me tell you that. If I was in America right now, I'm in straight. The last place in America me I go, Florida. Take it as me tell you. Make we move on. People say, who to say that someone doesn't stop me and say, oh, I look like I don't belong here. Me love how that student are talking like a joke. What happened the other day? What happened the other day with the Mexican guy and the Venezuelan guy? They were both American citizens, right? But tell you what, the Mexican one was born in America and leave America at 1 year old and grew up in Mexico. So he speaks more Mexican language, right? He speaks Spanish then. So when them tap him now, when him come back in America for whatever the reason may be, and probably say him come live in America now, when them tap him, because he speak little to no English. Right, Evie from the UK say, but remember he couldn't speak English. That's what I'm getting to, Evie. He speak little to no English. And because of that very reason, they didn't believe that he was a citizen of America. He never sound like American. He never look like one. So therefore, come here, we go detain you. So when this girl say, oh, who to say they won't stop her and say, oh, you look like you don't belong here? Of course they will. Of course they will. They further went on and say, I definitely think it's going to make people feel more unsafe, whether you are someone that has immigrant status or not. That is exactly what is happening. Even people with green card afraid right now. Even people with citizenship afraid right now because we see citizens get deported. And all I receive letters say them need to leave the country or all different kind of something. So whether you have paperwork or paperwork, not some the way them are going, we scare you as an immigrant. Believe when me tell you that. The current president's alliance on higher education and immigration is among the organization giving guidance to school administrators as they navigate their new level of government scrutiny of American college campus. Exactly. All right. The big boss for the colleges, them say, The increased enforcement could drive students to avoid school resources like counseling or pull away from campus life out of fear that any interaction could lead to attention. But tell you what, why would these pitney want nothing like no counseling or nothing? And you go carry them a counseling room and they want to call ice pan them. Eh? Why? Because, let me tell you something. You don't remember when me did come here, you know. And some people up on my live I say, J Progress. Tap tell the people them foolish that then we come, lock you up, green card interview, citizenship interview. What is happening now? What go on now? The very 2-year-old people when me tell you say get deported, that is an American citizen. You know why them hold on pan her, her older sister and her mother? Her mother was called into an immigration interview. And you only get called for immigration interview for 1, green card, 2, citizenship. And that's how them are because they know you come. That's why I tell people say, and I tell them this months ago, if you went put in your paperwork, and nowadays them call you about interview, if you can't find some form of excuse, you find it. Because right there and then, I still there wait for you. Remember when me tell you that? All right. So when you hear this person say kids will be turning away from turning themselves into sites of immigration enforcement, hold on, man. What me I say? Make we catch back that piece there. Students will avoid schools, resources like counseling and pull away from campus life out of fear that any interaction could lead to attention. Me can't wrong them. Because they have a plan. You have to see the big picture, you know. If the government want to turn the campus police them in an immigration enforcement officers, what that mean? The people them are going to get interrogated on campus. Whole heap of people will get hold on pan. Be a thing go on. Remember me tell you that. College campuses are supposed to be safe places for learning, for support, for growth. But it is not so anymore. It's no different from outer road. Turning them into sites of immigration enforcement undermines our fundamental ability to foster secure, inclusive, me can't even call this a word. This a word a big word. Let me break it down in a syllabus. Serendipitous. One of my bright people then call a word for me and break it down in a syllabus to make me can call it. Serendipitous or something like that. Me never know that happens. Me as that the word there. Academic environment. I am trying to think that they mean serendipitous. One of my bright people then. Me we don't want to pass that word that's so. One of my bright people then break down that word for me. Serendipitous. That sound more like it. Serendipitous. What it means, I don't have a clue. Somebody tell me what it means, please. That's the kind of academic environment that is supposed to be there. Because people if you go to school and worry about immigration enforcement to come hold them and draw them out of school. Put an handcuff on them and draw them out of school. Nino and Lose means a strike of luck. That's what it means. Nico and Law, me will take your word for it. Because you see, true, me don't know me, I have to take what me get. A stroke of luck. Okay. Well, if them go turn in an immigration site, no luck can't do this so. Because if you not enough paperwork and say they want to get a degree, it not go work out. It never work out at all. Somebody say, hold on. Sheila Harris said, Jay, you have me laughing. Spell it. I may be able to pronounce it. All right, Sheila, let me spell it out for you, please, and thank you. SERENDIPITOUS. Me have a spelling like when they pass spelling bee to, you know, because we understand it better. When we understand it. So, SERENDIPITOUS. What does that word mean? And how do you break it down into syllables and call that word? You know, come with me there. For me, I going to learn something today. Like, come here teach you about immigration, me I learn something to you. So me see starfish and coffee say, serendipity. Voila, them you make me bite my tongue, man. You come here, you make the word little harder for me. Starfish and coffee say, serendipidus. Serendipidus. Make say that right? Me say, if I don't like who you don't like, me feel like starfish and coffee don't like the life. I mean, know why you want me bite me tongue in the middle of the life. I mean, I don't read all this up yet. Eh? No, sir. This is serious. For me, they are called the word that say serendipitous. And starfish and coffee, I say me if you break it down and call it that way. I mean, I want to pass the word. Serendipitous. 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 Me I go work with that then. For you give me the answer. Me have to take it. I have to take it. Nico and Low say me, you're doing all right, Nico and Low. Very fine. For me say me call the word that you first tell me the meaning. And you say mean a stroke of luck. So we are going to take it and move on. Me learn something today. Serendipitous means a stroke of luck for the students and the university campus. But if they turn it into immigration center, in an immigration site, if they go deputize the police them on campus, that mean that no luck can do for anybody when no paperwork and their university. Make we move on. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, me I tell you. Everybody right now, I say, this is something that is almost illegal. Like I said earlier, schools are meant to be a sensitive location. And it goes back now. Why schools are meant to be a sensitive location is because none of them schools are supposed to be a safe and secure place for students. You know? A nice academic environment where people go learn. Foster them just help them be faster and secure and everything. You know, you help it grow whatever you want to build on. You know, this is where you discover what you're great at. You know, but nevertheless, you have something different for our school go worry about. People will reach out half an hour upon the live and this completes the live. But like I say, guys, for the past couple of months since I've been delivering immigration topics, let me tell you this. I have seen so many ups and downs and turns and leans and everything in regards to immigration policy. I have seen so many immigration policies that I myself had to go and research them, and I still cannot come up with the legal process of all of it. Because some of them are unconstitutional, some of them are illegal approach. This is why in a lot of cases, you see, the judge, them a bar some of these new policies that they're implementing. Because it's illegal. It's going against anything where justice stands for. It's not there in the rule book. Some of these policies were also dormant because in today's society, it goes against human rights. But the fact that it wasn't being struck down before is because there was no one to approach them, so therefore it wasn't an issue. But when you see a man now come in and enforce all of this, it goes against human rights. People's rights are being trampled upon. First, if you're born in the country, them say you don't get citizenship. Them want to end birthright citizenship. Second, if you gain citizenship by naturalization, you run the likelihood of also being deported, whether you're a citizen, yes or no. There is even the likelihood of your citizenship being revoked. If you're a green card holder, which makes you a permanent resident of the country, right? It makes you a permanent resident. Even that, where you think that you're safe to work and live and pay your taxes in the country. No, green card holders are worried more than ever in the United States of America. If you travel internationally at your intervals, or you want to travel, or often you want to travel because you have your money, you're working on a stressful job, so every 4 months you like take a holiday. You run the risk of being interrogated in the worst type of way. And people even convincing you to sign documents that could give up your permanent status. You see where we're at? And then people are scared and people wonder why. Because people's rights are being trampled upon. Policies are being breached. There is a lot of unconstitutional, unprecedented, illegal process that are being carried out by immigration and custom enforcement officers that goes against the justice system. And when they make the mistakes, they call it administrative error. And even though I say mistake, it's nothing that they are willing to correct. Everybody who them deport wrongfully already, them not take them back. Believe when me tell you that. So guys, I can only ask you guys to be careful. You know, if you not have to do certain things, don't do it. Don't put yourself out there in harm's way, because they will arrest and detain you and deport you. Believe when me tell you that. And never tell a lie. Believe. 1J Progress Entertainment, me people. Remember, good no man, you not have to ask nobody nothing, and nobody not have to tell you nothing. I just 1J Progress Entertainment. Believe. Guys, stay tuned, because tomorrow, me I go tell you no, where else them want to put immigration enforcement site, and the judge them have to blacky, because them say it was a reason why we move it in the first place. So why we no want to put it back? Stay tuned for that one day tomorrow. Believe. 1J Progress Entertainment and no other. Believe no man.